I am so excited to get started. And I do have to share. I was telling you, but that's okay. We won't share. I'm going to share when it's my turn to share because I have a special song to play that I'm so excited about. Guys, everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, no matter where you're tuning in from. This is Sabrina with Spoiled Agent, and I have above me, at least I can see, Mr. the one and only Ashley Gibbs, the Senior Manager of Business Development, All Inclusive for Hilton All Inclusive. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you. Amazing to be here. You could call me Pat Sajak for today. I got everything except the studio lighting going for me. So excited to be here. Love always doing this stuff with you guys. All the advisors out there always bring a ton of energy. So cannot wait to get started.
Oh, awesome. Well, you can call me Sabrina White or Vanna White. I even have my skin like 20 shades whiter so that I could really get into the role. I got my earrings, all the things, all the bling, and we have amazing prizes. We're going to play a game. So we're so excited that you're here. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Much love to all of you that are on our Facebook community, that you're here with us. We can't wait to play a super phenomenal game. But we're going to learn about this amazing, amazing collection of properties and all that there is for you agents to look like absolute rock stars with your clients when you're sending them to one of these fabulous places. So you have lots of news, I know, Ashley, and new properties coming up too, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're definitely teasing that a little bit. And for those of you that logged in, you kind of already know we put it in some of the drops, the prize that's on the line today. So we'll definitely be talking a little bit about that as well. But very excited. So much open, ready. It's already available for sale for you guys to support all over Caribbean, Latin America. We're really building a global platform here, a global portfolio at Hilton All Inclusive, and that's why you're here today is to learn a little bit more about it. So yeah.
Yes, I'm so excited for all of you. Hey, Penticton, you're down the road from me. I never see somebody so close to me. That's just 40 minutes down the road. That's so rare. Nova Scotia, Texas, Chicago, you guys are rocking it. I can't wait. And remember, we're all one amazing agent team. I'm going to explain to you how the game works. But what we're going to do is have a fun time learning today. And I'll explain the game part when we get to that into that segment. So make sure that you're watching. And as a team, you guys are going to have a chance to win all kinds of great fun stuff, lots of positive karma, and one lucky agent is going to take home a great prize from our generous hosts. Would you like to share what that is, Ashley?
It's actually a 2-night stay at our soon-to-be open, beautiful, brand new Zemi Meaches Curio Collection property in the Dominican Republic. And we are definitely going to be talking about that today. So very, very excited. And some lucky winner is going to get a chance to experience it. Very, very excited for that as well.
Oh my gosh, I'm jealous and excited. So Curio Collect, oh wow. Okay, so I can't wait to hear more. And not only that, but all of you are going to be entered to win. If you're on Zoom, do not put your email here. But if you're on Facebook, please, please, pretty please, put in your email so that we can enter you in the draw. Now, remember, you have to stay on until the end to qualify. So we're very, very excited that you're all here. We thank you. And without further ado, we're going to get started. As always, we will do a Q&A. So please put the Q&A in the Q&A. Ask any questions you have. If you would like to ask a question in the chat box, just leave that for the fun in the comments. It is a long, long list of things. I saw someone write in there real quick saying, what is the Facebook? You don't need to come on Facebook. If you're here on Zoom, you got the maximum experience. So stay right here with us. Don't go anywhere else. And any pertinent links, of course, for Hilton All Inclusive, I'll be sending those your way in the chat when we're in the Q&A. So I'm going to move us a little bit to the side here and let my friend Pat get started.
Apology accepted, Vanna. No problem. We got to stay in character here, guys. So thank you so much for kicking this off. I already see the chat is live. I see the emojis popping up all over the place. I love it. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to dip into the background here, pop my camera off. You'll see me again on stage in a moment. And everyone can see the screen now. And we are, of course, have our amazing partners here at Spoiled Agent joining us. And you're going to learn a little bit more about the Hilton All-Inclusive portfolio, what we bring to the table, why we're the right fit for so many of your clients, and we're going to do a little bit of extra deep dive on the Zemi-Meach's property as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, for those unfamiliar with where we are currently located, this map showcases all of the Hilton All-Inclusive locations on a global scale. Now, mind you, Greece, Turkey, some of those locations may not be available with a lot of the preferred wholesalers that many of you use, but I like to include them in there because we are truly a global portfolio of all-inclusive hotels. And I wouldn't want you to navigate to our amazing agent portal, which again, these links will be shared by Sabrina later, and say, oh, he didn't talk about those. But really, we're going to be concentrating as I dive in a little bit closer to that Caribbean, Latin America region that we're also familiar with. We've got lots of great supplier partners that we work together. Many of our customers, many of our mutual clients are looking to head to a lot of these beautiful destinations. And one of the other things that I like to highlight when we're talking about the overall portfolio and where we're located is obviously the different partnerships we have to have gotten to the point that we are at right now. So you can see here broken down, this is all of the resorts that are currently open and part of our collection, including the new Reef at the Mangrove, our newest resort in Mexico, which is the Cancun Mar Caribe, all marked on this map. And I am your contact for all Hilton All-Inclusive. However, we do have our partnerships with the amazing team at Playa Hotels and Resorts, Corendon, another great partner of ours, which have introduced a number of different, again, Curio Collection properties to Curacao as well. So that's just I like to give you a little bit of behind the scenes peek. As far as what we bring to the table, that's what the next thing is that we're going to address. And that's why we have such a great deal of consistency, a lot of brand standards to make sure that all of our resorts, while showcasing their unique destinations and all of the great highlights there are to offer, they still have so much consistency across the brand. You can trust the fact that of the 5 key pillars I'm about to mention and answer the question, why Hilton All-Inclusive, you'll understand exactly where we're positioned in the market so you know how to best qualify your clients for a Hilton All-Inclusive experience. So the why to Hilton All-Inclusive is right in front of you right here. We've got 5 main key pillars as part of all of our Hilton All-Inclusive resort stays. And the first one, of course, is kind of in line with, and not kind of, completely in line with the beautiful words of Mr. Conrad Hilton, who founded the company over 100 years ago, purchasing a single hotel in the town of Cisco, Texas, called the Mobley Hotel, and really spreading the light and warmth of hospitality is our mission statement. But those are the words of Mr. Hilton. So while any supplier partner can sit here and say we do great hospitality, we have great service, for us, it's part of our company culture, from sales to marketing, commercial, but of course, all of our amazing team members on site, one of which you see on the screen right now. So keep in mind the fact that that is our mission statement, spreading the light and warmth of hospitality all over the world. And for us to be able to do that in these amazing locations and these beautiful vistas is really something that's important to us. And it sets the foundation for every Hilton All-Inclusive guest experience. Now, as far as tangible benefits go, the biggest one I can mention, and I cannot stress this enough, something that we have done by leaning into this centuries-long experience in the hospitality space is elevated food and beverage. And many of you know, staying at all adults-only resorts, all-inclusive, as a whole, the entire industry has evolved exponentially over the last number of years, and guests are looking for a much more sophisticated experience, and that's what we bring to the table. And what's interesting is, we've learned a lot from our luxury resorts, our EP resorts that we've had all over the globe for the last 100 years. So getting that kind of melding that experience with the beautiful convenience of all-inclusive and providing immersive dining venues, really exploratory menus with lots of great offerings, and providing this in mostly family-friendly experiences, family-friendly resorts, is something that gives us a unique advantage and puts us in the market in an interesting place where there's still space to be had. So food and beverage, the culinary experience at the elevated food and beverage at a Hilton All-Inclusive is paramount to something that you want to make sure your clients are all very aware of. One of the other places where we make a substantial investment, of course, is entertainment. So whether that be what you see on the slide here, young kids, programs for younger children, for teenagers, dedicated teens lounges, we have a lot of different activities available from morning to night for adults as well, folks who are into wellness, those that need entertainment in the evening. I've seen anything from culturally influenced celebrations, Mayan sunset ceremonies and things like that in Mexico, all the way through to silent disco and live band karaoke. So there's no lack of activity and things to do at a Hilton all-inclusive resort. And it could be like a sunrise yoga class. It could be entertainment by the pool. We make sure that the guests don't feel like the experience isn't complete at a Hilton all-inclusive stay. And then, of course, where are these things taking place? Well, the breathtaking spaces pillar is really something important because it means multiple things. It's not just the settings of the resorts themselves and where they're located, but it's the settings within the resort, like your culinary outlets, you know, a beautiful immersive restaurant or dining venue, a perfectly placed lobby bar with floor to ceiling glass, or maybe open air overlooking the ocean. No matter where you turn, guest breath is absolutely taken away because all of our resorts are unique and in different locations all throughout Caribbean and Latin America. Another thing that I want to make sure we talk about here is the fact that many people might not know the Hilton brand for beautiful all-inclusive resorts. And that's where you come in as our partners. You, the advisor community, really need to help us educate all of those clients out there so they understand that Hilton's so much more than the airport hotel, the downtown hotel, but these beautiful, sprawling, fantastic resorts that we're going to learn a little bit more about here in a moment. And then the fifth and final pillar is eventually going to lead us into another set of talking points when we get into events. But this is somewhere else where we called on our nearly century or over centuries history in hospitality. And we have been taking care of events from the smaller social gatherings, little family get-togethers, you know, small scale elopements, destination weddings, all the way up to multi-resort buyouts. And that is something that we can say with pride, we are hospitality global leaders in the events and group space. So you can trust whether it's that destination wedding, whether it's that multi-generational trip, maybe it's a small, medium, or large size incentive group, whatever your clients have, we can execute their group on such a high level. So those right there answer the question of why Hilton All-Inclusive. It's about these 5 key pillars. And now I think it's time to start our game.
Oh my
Marina,
gosh.
calm down. I'm sorry, Vanna.
I'm here, Pat. Thank you for that amazing introduction. It is time to spin the wheel. So what does that mean? Well, I'm going to explain it. First, I'm going to do a little sharing of something real fun here because we are about to hear something fun and it's going to be exciting and it's going to be, oh, you have to stop sharing, Pat. I know you enjoy the power. There we go.
My apologies.
Pat is a very
Yeah, by the way,
powerful host. And that's what happens sometimes, right? Here we go. Here we go. So now what we're doing is we're going to play a fantastic game. Is everyone excited? Is everyone ready? I really, really, really hope so, because it's going to be something else. And I know you have not experienced this anytime recently. So get ready, get ready. You should be seeing my amazing screen with all my great game. You see it?
we're good.
Thumbs up,
Looks wonderful.
fantastic. Because my emails came up and I was like, how boring. Nobody wants to watch that. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, and everyone tuning in with all the thumbs of all the shades, I love it. Thank you so much. You're here live with Vanna with the Wheel of Hilton All-Inclusive. So is everyone ready to play? I see the reactions are so phenomenal. Thank you. So what we're going to do is real simple. Remember, we're here to have fun, okay? You obviously heard this song, you know what this is about, and we're going to be buying letters and winning good karma and money. And at the end, from the whole group of agents that was on, one winner is going to be selected for that 2-night stay. Today is Wednesday, so that will come out next week. In less than a week, you're going to know who that lucky winner is of the 2 nights. There are also some $25 prizes on the wheel that is from Spoiled Agent. So that is fantastic too. We'll write those down because those will be thrown into the pot to raffle because we're feeling super generous and we love our Spoiled Agents. We can't thank you enough for being here. So there's going to be some polling. We're going to play a round and I'm going to show you how that goes. But what's going to happen is I'm going to launch some polls for all of you so that you'll be able to vote and see everything that's going on so that you can pick the letters, okay? So Ashley, I'll have you read the question out. You can see this, so I'm going to go to round one, and here we go.
What? Oh, look at the sound here. All right. The question is, name one of the 5 key pillars of the Hilton all-inclusive experience.
Now, if you know the answer, you're not allowed to put it in the chat, okay? We're going to buy vowels, okay? And I'm going to give you a chance to do that. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to spin that wheel, right, Pat?
That's absolutely right. Please spin the wheel, Vanna.
Okay, amazing agents, it's your turn. Let's go. Okay, we got $800 in good karma. Okay, so we want to hear what letter you want to give. So here we go. I'm going to give you the polling. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Here it comes. And here's the poll. If you're tuning in on Facebook, let me read it to you. You can either choose D for Delta, L for Lima, T for Tango, or B for Bravo. And what I'm doing on my hands right now is American Sign Language because I'm practicing and learning. Because Vanna White, myself, is a very international language speaking person. So that's why you see me doing the fun letters, okay? So D for Delta, L for Lima, T for Tango, or B for Bravo. All our spoiled agents know all those terms, don't you? And I think there's differences in when people say them. Some people might say Lima, some people might say lemonade, but hopefully I'm coming across good. Okay, we're giving you almost a minute to pick. And again, if you're on Facebook, just throw it in the comments. If you don't see the poll and you're in Zoom, just throw it in the chat. And if you see the poll, then go ahead and vote. We're giving you 3, 2, 1. Okay, they said letter T. Let's see, are there any T's? There's one T. Okay, well, we're going to give you another chance to do another round. Shall we spin? I think yes.
Let's spin it, Vanna. Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Whoa, $500 in good karma. Here comes poll number 2. Ready? So watch for this. Watch this poll now. Here we go. Poll number 2 is coming out. And you can vote on either G for golf, M for Nancy, F for Frank, or S for spoiled. Okay, so those of you on Facebook, just throw it in the comments. Which one do you think it is? We're asking for the name of one of the 5 key pillars of the Hilton all-inclusive experience. Okay, well, I see a majority going for a certain letter right here. Now, remember, don't ruin the fun. Have fun with us. Even if you're dying and and you're the top producer of Hilton, just let us have our fun. Don't put the answer in the chat, okay? Just wait for us, wait for us. Okay, we're gonna do 3, 2, 1. Okay, looks like they picked an S. So S is the top vote here. Let's see if there are any.
Wow, by far.
Oh, okay, there are no S's. So I think we're gonna just have to help them out. Let's see in the chat what they said. S. Okay, can you guys try to guess the answer, or we'll do another round of letters without the poll? Okay, ready? Pick any letter you want to, guys, except a vowel, because you can't do the vowels. Ready? Pick one, throw it in there. Just throw it in, throw it in. There they come. Oh, I love it. M.
Oh my gosh, so many letters.
Okay, I see N's. I see lots of N's.
N seems to be a hit. Yeah, N is in Nancy.
Let's go for that N. Okay, so here we go. Amazing agents, it's your turn. We are spinning and we're going for an N. Woo! Oh my gosh, you almost got the gift card. Close, you guys. Okay, N, let's see. There is one N. Here we go. Ooh, okay, that's it. 1,600. I think, what do you guys say? Do you know? Do you know? Maybe we have to do some more letters. Yes, you know. Put it in the chat. Go. Ready, set, go. Tell us that answer. Ooh, let's see if we see it. I see things coming in. Is that it? Do you see it? Pat?
I saw a few.
Okay, so we're going to solve that puzzle. Is that correct what they said?
Indeed, it is. Yes, it is elevated food and beverage, folks. That's right. Excellent job, everyone. I know everyone. I can only imagine yelling at their screens at home, like, "I got this. I know it." I love it. I love it. I love the
You guys
engagement.
are amazing. You knew the whole time. Thank you so much for playing around with us. Okay, well, we are going to go back to you, Pat, for the second part of the presentation. And you guys did amazing. And I'm
Excellent.
sorry, my DJ has a mind of his own. He was on strike previously and he's just back, so I'm trying to treat him really nicely. So he plays music and you can't stop it. So just bear with the DJ today.
No problem. And then I'm going to go ahead, Vanna, and need that screen sharing capability back.
You've got it. You've got it. Okay, there you go.
Although I love to see that screen, I got to be honest. I mean,
Isn't
it's
it
fantastic.
nice? I'm glad you like
It
it.
is. All
The
right. So let's go
multi-talented
ahead, get
Vanna
back
might
on
have done
here.
that design. Here we go.
There you go, Vanna. Thank you. All right. Well, I realized earlier as I was talking, I actually said, "Come on down." I think that's actually that's a Price is Right
The
reference
Price
there.
is
So
Right. You
sorry
know what?
to
It all
confuse my
works.
game shows, guys. Yeah.
It's
All right. Now,
amazing. You're a great sport, and thank you for choosing to do this and have so much fun with us. We love it.
this is great. I love it. No, and I love the engagement. All the spoiled agents out there, you guys are amazing. So, all right, now I'm going to pop back off stage for a moment, and we're going to be focused right here on our groups, right? I kind of gave the segue before, but wedding, celebration, social groups. I know so many of you out there are not only entrenched in this market, but it's something that if you haven't started doing it, I know many people I've talked to, folks at trade shows, at events, on sales calls, wherever it be, saying, yeah, I really want to get into this space. So we could talk about that too. Let's discuss what separates Hilton All Inclusive when it comes to wedding celebrations and social groups, right? So, of course, majority of the popularity in this segment comes within the weddings. So I want to talk very briefly about the different packages that we have. Now, I apologize in advance. The next slide that I've got coming up is a bit of an eye test, so you can focus on this one for a minute. But what you're looking at are the four wedding packages that we have available at all of our Hilton All-Inclusive hotels, including the new Zemi Beaches that will be opening this December. So we started with our signature package, which is basically like that entry level. I don't want to call it bare bones, but it's great for those folks that don't need all the bells and whistles or maybe going with a small group. Then for folks who want something that's a little bit real in the middle, like some more of the inclusions, but not every single, as I call the full soup to nuts, that would be our devotion package. Now, the Cherish package is really our most complete. However, we offer even more inclusions, and the package we have with the most inclusions out of all is going to be the Cherish Captured. And the reason being is your Cherish is, like I said, that full soup to nuts wedding package is, again, available at all of our Hilton All-Inclusive resorts. The Cherish Captured then on top of that includes some photography services and so on and so forth. So now, again, apologies for the eye test, but this just gives you a quick snapshot. We can make sure that this resource gets into your hands through our amazing partners here. Sabrina and the team at Spoiled Agent will ensure that you have this, but this basically shows you by column each and every one of the packages, and you'll see here starting in at the signature package with the from pricing. Again, it's different depending upon resort. Our devotion, which is kind of in the middle, the Cherish, which is going to include most of the things, and then our Cherish Capture, which is the very absolute most inclusive wedding package with the photography options in there as well. My amazing colleague Gina Johnson did a wonderful job of helping to not only create these great packages, but get them across the board at all of our Hilton All-Inclusive resorts, and that includes the Playa branded Hilton properties, or rather the Hilton branded Playa properties. Now, one of the other things that goes hand in hand with this and applies to those social groups you're doing that aren't necessarily weddings. It might be the multi-generational trip. It might be that family social event. Or what I like to comment on every time I'm on a plane, there's people wearing like 43rd birthday shirts all over the place, right? So you do have a lot of folks looking to celebrate with experiences as opposed to things. And that's where you can really capitalize, because this is an immensely untapped market that's growing in leaps and bounds. So here you see basically an overview of our comps for social groups, very generous for a majority of the year. And then to give you a little bit more insight so you can see all of our resorts laid out, this is basically a chart which highlights all of the properties that we have open. But like I said, Zemi Beaches will also be included in the top section here. So during our peak season dates, it's 12 rooms paid with a 13th room free, and we cap the max not at 3, but actually at 5 for these resorts shown up here. And then our amazing partners at Playa have rolled out their social group program. Again, this is for pre-contracted groups, but you can see it listed there based on the need and the size of the resort and so on and so forth. So we do have something laid out for all different social groups that you might have. And again, this goes for not just the destination weddings, but this could also apply to incentive groups if you're booking them as a social group without needing, meeting space and things like that. You've got a lot of flexibility, and we really feel comfortable that your guests are going to get some unbelievable value, and they can be really creative in helping build those social groups for you. And with that, it's time to bring the amazing Vanna back, because it is our second round of Spin the Wheel of Hilton All-Inclusive. So back on stage I am. Vanna, take it away.
You know what? I am so glad we're back, and you are just the smoothest pro ever that I've ever had the pleasure of working with, Pat. This is why we're running.
I mean, I've been doing this for what, Pat Sajak, we're talking like 50 years, right? Something like that. So yeah, got a lot of experience under my belt.
All righty. Well, here comes round two. Here we go. Go ahead, Pat.
All right. So question 2, which Hilton all-inclusive wedding package has the most inclusions?
Okay.
And we're ready.
We're ready. I can see these spoiled agents.
Can I just say too, the wheel sound is incredible. Thank you so much. I
love it, right? So $500 in good karma. Pat, will you help me repeat that question while I launch the poll?
Indeed, indeed. Again, it is which Hilton all-inclusive wedding package has the most inclusions?
Here we go. Question 2. And pollings are here. Where do we go? Start. Why not? It doesn't let me start. Okay. Okay, it doesn't want to let me, but you guys can go anyways. Okay, ready? I'm going to read them out. C for cat, D for Delta is Charlie, G for George, or P for Peter. It's not cat.
It's pretty unanimous.
Vanna, what happened to you? Maybe I didn't close the previous poll, but either way. Okay, here, I'm going to stop sharing that one.
Listen, Vanna, we've got so much interaction on the chat. I'm laughing because, I mean, the C's are coming through. I mean,
already, right?
It's impressive.
I know. Okay, ready? So I guess they're saying the C. So let's see. Let's see.
Love it.
Yes, there are 2 C's.
All right.
I told you, Pat, spoiled agents are the smartest audience in the whole planet. You know what? I'm just going to look at the chat now. Don't say it. Monica's warning. Thank you. Good job, Monica. Monica's telling y'all, all of y'all and everybody, don't say. But are we going to spin one more time, or are we going to let them go? Solve.
I think it's
Tony
time
says.
to solve it.
Solve the puzzle. Let's solve that puzzle.
Vanna.
Okay, they have it correct, Pat says. Let's see.
There it is, guys. You got it. Cherish, captured. I really didn't leave a whole lot. I'm excited with the amount of, I got to say that, I'm excited with the amount of not only engagement, you guys are locked in. I mean, I really did try to hammer that point home, but nonetheless, I don't want to pat myself on the back. Great job. People are screaming that out from the beginning. So well done, guys. Well done. I'm really proud of our live studio audience right now. This is great.
Pat yourself, Pat. You should. You deserve it.
Here we go. Here we go. A little pat on the back before I go back off stage here. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on with our next section, which is start to dive into the resorts. We want to talk about these beautiful properties. Been teasing some of them already, so we're going to get into it, and make sure you've got your ears tuned up, because we may have another one of our questions quickly around the corner. All right. So many things happening on my screen right now. This is wonderful. All right, so here we go. Let's talk about the properties themselves. Now, I'm going to review these briefly. It's really just about understanding who the right demographic is for each of your clients, for each of these resorts, where they're located. So I don't want to spend a ton of time on this, but it really gives you some supplementary information beyond all the great resources that you spoiled agents are going to get from Sabrina and the team after we're done with the webinar. So the first resort that I'm going to talk about is actually the most recently opened resort in Mexico for Hilton All-Inclusive. And I'm going to kind of work our way down the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. So all of you guys that are familiar with the Cancun area, the greater Cancun area, Of course, the infamous hotel zone, the 7, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that area is still absolutely booming. And our newest resort in Mexico is, in fact, the one you're looking at. It's the Hilton Cancun Mar Caribe all-inclusive resort. So this one opened a little bit less than a year ago, guys. It's been for sale with our wholesalers for even less time than that. So it's still very new to the scene. A beautiful resort set right in the heart of what I would call the calmer but more central section of the hotel zone. So very easily accessible to not only the airport, only 15 minutes south, but very easily accessible to the nightclub area, probably only about 5 to 10 minutes up there to La Isla Shopping and beyond. From here, of course, the transportation readily available, but it's about the resort experience. And as you can see here, this property was actually originally set up as a timeshare property, and we then really brought it into our portfolio. The owners invested almost $100 million in completely gutting and renovating it. So it's like a brand new property in a very established, beautiful beach in the heart of the hotel zone. And almost every single room here is either ocean view or full-blown ocean front. So you can see there, a lot of the rooms with very generously sized balconies. We actually have a dedicated area here, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, called Enclave. So we will get into that a little bit later. But there's a great kids club and splash pad area, fantastic teens lounge, wonderful rooms. And one thing to point out, this is very important. When you're looking at this resort against the competition, remember that our lead-in essentially is that ocean view, oceanfront category. So when you're checking by price, we are not going to come up on the top of the list for that reason. Being a brand new hotel in a phenomenal location here in the hotel zone with that gorgeous beach that you see, really make sure that you're taking into consideration that these room categories are not your typical lead-in against a lot of the other hotels in the region. However, we do have great views looking out over the sunsets and the lagoon from many of our culinary outlets. So it's a fantastic family-friendly resort experience, convenient. And I happen to be going here for vacation this fall with the family. About a month from today, I will be at this resort. So really looking forward to it. Now, we're going to move a little bit further down the coast. And this was really the first addition to our portfolio when I joined the team here at Hilton. And I've been with the team for about 3 years. This one joined shortly after me, a brand new build back in, let's say, late 2021, early 2022. So still very young by resort standards. And that is our Hilton Cancun. So not to confuse you, the Hilton Cancun is actually located just south of the Cancun hotel zone. Also only 15 minutes from the Cancun International Airport, but this one is to the south. So our neighbor a little bit further south that you can see in the edge of the picture here would be the Royalton complex. We also share this resort complex with the Waldorf Astoria, which is an EP luxury property right here. Now, this resort, while very modern, contemporary Mexico, I will tell you, this beach, we took some liberties. I say we, but the marketing team may have taken some liberties and photoshopped this a little bit. For those who are familiar with the area south of the Moon Palace and the Royalton and whatnot, it's not going to be the same beaches that you would see in the hotel zone. However, this is a beautiful property. It's great for social groups, fantastic for families, and has 2 dedicated areas with 2 different experiences. So on this side of the property, very, very family oriented. Over here, very much more adults oriented, not adults only, but adults oriented. So all in all, it's almost 2 resorts in one, in a very compact space. So it provides for a lot of connection between, like, social groups or families traveling together, and you can get from one end to the other within beautiful air-conditioned hallways, floor-to-ceiling glass, overlooking the ocean from the middle of the beautiful lobby. And it's really a modern, contemporary Mexico resort. Again, only about 2 years old. So a wonderful, wonderful option for your clients looking for a convenient location south of the hotel zone. Now, if you go all the way down in towards Tulum, we're not quite to Tulum, but an hour and a half south of the Cancun airport and about an hour towards the coast or inland would be our the new airport down there, the Tulum airport. Still about an hour commute time because of road infrastructure reasons, but you've got 2 airport options into our biggest resort in Caribbean and Latin America, which is the Hilton Tulum Riviera Maya. And this is one of the things that I had tried to drive home when we talk about these breathtaking spaces, the resorts themselves, just how different the look, the approach, the feel is from one property to the next when you're looking at, say, the last 2, and then you see how beautifully stretched out along this natural cove coastline is Hilton Tulum Riviera Maya. A lot of lush greenery, protected turtle habitats here along the coastline. Really embodies that boho chic style that the Tulum area has been known for. And we're only about 20 minutes north of downtown Tulum. So very, very easily accessible. I was just here about a week or so ago hosting a group of advisors. If any of you guys that were there are on this, thank you so much for joining. This was a great experience because we did an excursion to Tulum and folks got to see how close we were to that area. We also have different segments within the resort. So you've got a dedicated family section in our casas or houses to the south of the property. And then the main lobby area and what's nearby there is going to be the enclave section, a lot more of our restaurants, dining venues, fantastic facilities for kids, especially families with the younger kids and even the teenagers, a bi-level air-conditioned kids club, teens lounge, huge splash pad, and dedicated family restaurant. This checks off all the boxes and really gives people all of the amenities that they look for in the convenience of an all-inclusive resort with the style and the vibe and the location of the Southern Riviera Maya and that greater Tulum region. Really, really excited. And this one's just celebrated its 2-year anniversary as well. Now we're going to take a quick jet nonstop over to Vallarta, my personal favorite destination out of all of the ones that I represent, just because of the beautiful history and the gorgeous way that the town is laid out and so welcoming to guests. It's such a friendly area. Our resort is actually located right on the beach, about 10 to 15 minutes south from the Malecon and the downtown romantic zone area of Greater Puerto Vallarta. We boast an unbelievable beach. And actually, this photo doesn't do it justice because it's not that green. It's actually like a beautiful, deep turquoise water, what you would see in, say, Hawaii. It really reminds me of Hawaii in some ways, the way that the mountains stretch out behind us. And the resort features all oceanfront rooms looking out over this incredibly beautiful, kind of private, swimmable beach area. We also have 2 pool experiences, one of them being family friendly right here, as well as adults only, a great rooftop lounge and bar for some fantastic entertainment. And like I said, easy accessibility to the Malecon, that popular boardwalk area with the shopping, the nightlife, the restaurants. This is a phenomenal option for families, for adults that don't mind being around some children, and the families with the younger kids. One thing I will mention, we actually don't have connecting rooms here for folks who need the bigger room categories. They have the families with multiple kids. They'll need to look into the suite options, but we do have those available. And one of the biggest selling points, not just the location, like I mentioned, those oceanfront rooms that you can see here. All right, so that's a tour of our resorts in Mexico to this point, and I think it's a great time for us to bring Vanna back on stage for the next round of spinning the Hilton wheel of all-inclusive Hilton, whatever it is, all that stuff. We're spinning the wheel, so come on back.
Yes, it's always a good time to spin the wheel, and let's see if you agents can land on some $25 gift card bonuses, because who doesn't love a gift card from Amazon to top it all off? Really, I just wanted to add, Pat, that the comments from this bold agent community on every resort you talked about were how much they loved it. Someone said they had a group of 50 at this property in Vallarta, and this service was A+. So just thought I'd share that, Pat, with you, so you know that is the comments out there. Really, this community is absolutely loving it. So you should now see the game screen. If you just give me a thumbs up, then I know that we're on the right place, and we're going to round 3. Here we go.
We're ready.
I love all your thumbs.
All right, guys. So the next question is, what is our newest resort in Mexico?
Okay, here we go. Here we go. And I practiced this while you were speaking because, you know, I'm Vanna and I'm a pro and I know how to do these things. So let's go. Here's the poll. We're going to actually see first if we're spinning the wheel. Of course, we don't want to forget because we want to know how much money, good karma, we're going to be giving away here. Whoa! Pure big numbers today. You guys are the luckiest audience ever. Okay, here we go. Here goes the poll. It's coming at you. It will be C for Charlie, S for spoiled, R for Richard, or D for Delta. Which one is it going to be? If you're here in the chat, just put the letter. No answers, please. Please, let's just have some fun, even if you really know that answer right away. We won't make you do all the spinning the wheel. That's fine. And if you're on Facebook, put your letter in there. So we're almost there. I can see the majority voting. I love the party emojis too, guys. Keep it coming. Alrighty, we're going to stop it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're done. It looks like they're saying all letters C. Let's see. Let's see. 3 C's.
Oh,
Whoa.
struck alphabet gold on that one. That was
Okay,
great.
guys. Wow. Are we gonna spin again? I think, let's see. Are we, yeah, I think we need to spin again. Let's go for that one
Then
more
again,
spin.
there's some things on that prize wheel we want to see hit, right?
Right?
Sabrina, let's go for it.
Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna show those results and make sure that's done. Here we go, spinning. How is it? You guys get pure big money. Look at this. So far already, $2,400. Okay, next poll. Here we go. So what letter are you going to pick? Is it going to be, let's see, is it going to be H for Hilton, J for Jack, N for Nancy, or S for spoiled? What's it going to be? I gave it away when I said H for Hilton. Uh-oh. H for Henry.
There's only one place on this one today, guys. There's only one place you can go with the H. You made the right choice.
Let's see. Oh, they're swaying. They're not sure. We're going to give you guys another 10 seconds. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, H it is. Let's see if that's a thing. Yes, there's an H. There we go. Okay, so let's see. We're going to see now how you agents are feeling. Are we spinning or solving? I think we might need spin, spin, spin. Well, solve, solve, solve.
Oh, I'm seeing a mix.
I think we're going to solve, Pat.
Let's do it, Vanna.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if what they say is correct. You can read it out.
That's right. I'm seeing it come across, and it is the Hilton Cancun Mar Caribe, our newest addition to Mexico.
There's that amazing DJ again. Yay, guys. You did it. You did it. Back to you, Pat.
Impressive. I listen, I may or may not have changed the order of things around to make this slightly more confusing, but this is such a great way to know that you guys are incredibly engaged. No one is more engaged than the spoiled agent audience. So thank you again, guys. All right, now I will slide myself back off screen here, and let's keep it moving with the next section, which is a continuation of really talking about some of these beautiful resorts in our portfolio. But before I do that, I mentioned this a couple times, and of course we have our Enclave experience. So take a look on screen right now. Again, we have resources to supplement this, so don't worry, there's plenty of information available on the Enclave experience. But you might be asking yourself, what is it? I see the resorts that include it, the Hilton Cancun Mar Caribe, which we were just talking about. Of course, the beautiful Hilton Tulum Riviera Maya, Vallarta Riviera, and the Hilton La Romana. So what is Enclave? Well, Enclave is an elevated experience that is available through booking separate room categories with any of your preferred suppliers, wherever you choose to book your Hilton all-inclusive stays, and it provides a lot of inclusion. Now, one of them is upgraded amenities in the room. That might be the coffee experience or options in the minibar. It includes a little bit of a leg up with dining reservations. Now, dining reservations are interesting because we don't require them at our resorts, but we do make suggestions to try to take advantage of those options. We make it easy through not only folks in the lobby, but web app technology and things of that nature. So very easy to do these things, but Enclave gives a little leg up on those prime dining times as well. One of the great things that I'll share with you here in a moment is the exclusive lounge access. So each resort that has the Enclave experience has its own dedicated Enclave lounge. So you can kind of take a look at one right here. This is where I spent a good amount of time on and off throughout our vacation at Hilton Tulum Riviera Maya last year. And I got to tell you, I was had some of the best carajillos. Anyone who hasn't had a carajillo before, very simple, nice kind of coffee, liquor 43 mixture. It's to die for, and it'll give you a nice little pep in your step during the day. But anyway, enough about carajillos. We're obviously taking a look at these wonderful Enclave lounges. Here's the one at the Hilton Cancun Mar Caribe. And keep in mind as well, the rooms themselves are going to be in preferred premier locations throughout the resort. So for instance, in Mar Caribe, it's going to be in those beachfront buildings. That's where our Enclave rooms will be located. So well worth the upgrade. This is a great way to provide your opportunity for additional commission for bookings, but also making sure that your guests, your beautiful clients, are aware that they have the option for an upgraded experience. It's also a great transition for any clients that are maybe, you know, coming over from luxury EP and they're trying all-inclusive for the first time. It's a great way to get them into the all-inclusive, get them into an all-inclusive experience. And again, between the exclusive lounge access, between the preferred room locations, between the upgraded in-room amenities and all the other features, you know, preferred location in the resorts, Enclave is really a can't miss. It's a great upsell. It's a great opportunity for you to take advantage. And you never want those clients to come back and ask you, hey, why couldn't I get into this lounge? Or why didn't I have access to this pool area, or whatever it may be? Remember when I showed you the image there of Cancun Mar Caribe, that kind of upper level circular lounge there? That was exclusive space for Enclave guests. So definitely a worthwhile upsell. And here you see the lounge in Vallarta. So I know we just did it, but it's time to bring Vanna back on stage and spin the wheel again. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna hop back over here, cut that down, and we'll bring it back up. All right, Vanna, let's do it. Let's do it again.
Let's do this. I just want to know if we might be able to implement some carajillos in our break room, Pat. That sounds quite amazing, and I think we should do that.
I strongly agree. You should definitely do it. It'll make the day go faster for sure.
Here we
All
go.
right.
So round 4, here we go. Pat, I'll let you ask that question.
Okay, next question is, name a feature of the Enclave experience.
Name a feature of the Enclave experience. Okay, it's the turn of the amazing agents. You're all one fabulous team. Let's spin that wheel.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, 800 again. You guys are leaving in such good situations with so much in amazing and good karma, okay? So here we go. We are on round 4 and the polling has started. You can choose V for Victor, S for Spoiled, L for Lima, or D for Delta. Look at those votes. They're coming in fast. This is last from this. This is the second last round. So we've got round 4, and then our last one's going to be round 5. You guys are, I think everyone had a carajillo. Look at this. The voting is off the charts. I think they made the recipe. Did you guys all have 43 licor de 43 with your coffee just at your desk? No
Just a little
wonder.
touch of foam on top of there, you know, when they shake it up, James Bond style, pour that over the rocks. Guys, I'm telling you, it's to die for. You know, I can tell somebody who really wants a carajillo right now, and I think their name's Vanna White, you know?
Vanna is all about the carajillos, I'm telling you. Next time I'm off camera, I might just be looking. Okay, so I think we have the winner. Let's see, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it looks like L for Lima. Let's see, is there an L in there? 2 L's, Pat.
All right, guys.
Okay, 2 L's. Let's do that again. So no saying the answer. We're going to spin one more time because it's so much fun and it's my job.
Oh, we got to do the spins. Listen, I haven't been seeing the guesses come through like before. So I think we've got some folks stumped out there.
There we go. Well, let's see the poll now. So pick a letter, C, R, N, or M for Mary. Let's see. What's it going to be for your second guess on that letter so we can solve this puzzle? Plus, the more spins we do, the more good karma and the more chances you have of a $25 gift card, because there's 2 of them in that wheel that you could win. And who doesn't want an Amazon gift card? What would you buy? Guys in the chat, throw it in there if you got an Amazon gift card. Let us know. You could say carajillo, because I don't know, but maybe Amazon in the US sells liquor, not in Canada, that's for sure, no fun. But okay, we're going to end this polling in 3, 2, 1. What would you buy? What would you buy with the Amazon gift card? Okay, so it's N for Nancy. Let's see. There's one N, everyone. Good job.
Right. Can I call out how random a weighted vest was in there? I saw somebody. I really appreciate your dedication to physical fitness, but that was, there you go, solar lights. I love this. Wow, more questions like this, Vanna. This is fantastic.
Isn't it great? Coffee, books, travel mask, Halloween
Packing
costumes.
cubes for clients. That's awesome.
That is a good one. New grandbaby,
Congratulations.
Monica. Congratulations. Client goodies. Love it. And don't forget, Carajillo for Vanna. Okay, so we're gonna spin that wheel one more time. What do you say, Pat?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's spin it,
Okay,
Vanna.
here we go. We're gonna see what is coming next. 800 in good karma again. Here we go. Here comes that poll for you. So last chance to buy a letter. Here we go. W for winners, V for Vanna, L for Lima, or N for Nancy. What's it gonna be? And all of you on
Don't pick L,
Facebook.
guys. I already did that.
That's right. Don't pick N. Yeah. Maybe Vanna had too many Carajillos building this game. You don't know. You will never know.
Oh, we saw packing cubes get. Packing cubes are a hit, guys. I mean, I know the wife uses the packing cubes all the time. The only
There
way
you
to keep
go.
it in order. Great work. All right.
Okay, let's see. Here we go. Here we go. What everyone is saying, we're doing the second best. So it's going to be W. I'm so far as winning. I'm going to end it in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. W it is. That was a favorite in there. No. Okay. Well,
Ooh.
amazing agents. You've got 1,700. So what are we going to do here? Let's see. Do I have a D? Let me see. I think we're going to have to try and solve this puzzle. Does anybody know? Oh,
Oh.
okay. Never
Uh-oh.
mind. The Carajillos are kicking in, Pat. I think that we
They are.
know. I think we
Oh,
know,
wait a
and I
minute.
think
We
we're going to
might be
solve.
ready.
Are we good to solve?
We're good to solve it. We absolutely are good to solve it. I see it coming in right now. Hit that button. And you guys, a lot of you out there got it. It's exclusive lounge access. Yes. Thank you. All right. And thank you, DJ. Wonderful.
The DJ's nonstop, no matter what.
No, I love the DJ. The DJ is really bringing an extra element to this
Right?
that really helps spice it up a little bit, right? Yeah.
Sometimes
All right.
the DJ
Over under
claps.
3 more. Before I continue, over under 3 more times that we mentioned Carajillo between now and the end of the webinar, right? Okay, so bets are in, and let's go ahead and continue. Finally, the tour of the rest of our all-inclusive resorts. And something that I actually didn't think about here as I kind of structured these slides, I was kind of focused on making sure that we did get, oh, wait a minute, see here, you guys get to see how animated I can be, but I'm going to slide off stage so we can concentrate right here on a tour of some of our Caribbean locations as well. So I had mentioned before that the Zemi Beaches is a Curio Collection property, but it's not the first Curio Collection resort that we have in our portfolio, although it will be the first in the Dominican Republic. This one right here that you're looking at is the first, and I was just here a few weeks ago. It is the Mangrove Beach Curio Collection, and that is their Mangrove Beach Corendon Curio Collection. It's got a long name. All you need to know is it's outside of the hurricane belt on the beautiful island of Curacao. We have our own private beach cove that you can see right here. We also have an absolutely killer water park on property, and this is very much a Dutch Caribbean experience. So this is for folks who are looking for something that's a bit more casual. You're not going to have a lot of those bells and whistles like top shelf liquors, 24-hour room service, and some of the other inclusions that you have at a lot of our other Hilton all-inclusives, because that's really not what this experience is all about. It's about getting into the destination, off-property exploring, and finding the comfort and the convenience of an all-inclusive property all in one. But one of the things that we did do here recently was add a second portion onto this overall property, which is the reef at Mangrove Beach, which should be coming up on the screen any moment now. Drum roll, please. There it is. All right. And this is a brand new build that just opened up this past February. We're still doing the finishing touches on some of the last soft touches to the rooms on the upper levels, but I was just here as well, had a chance to stay in this part of the resort. Full exchange privileges with the Mangrove Beach property. And as you can see right here, this is actually the Mangrove Beach that we showed you over here. A little bit more adult-oriented experience, although it is open for children. We have an adults-only room category that are private, semi-private plunge pool swim-out suites. This also has a small beach cove area private. Guests of the Mangrove Beach would not be able to come over to this side of the resort. However, like I mentioned, guests of the reef at Mangrove Beach would be able to go to Mangrove, extending their options for dining. This is definitely a little bit more focused on the North American clientele. So those of us here from Canada and the US, We understand our clients have a little bit higher standard than some in terms of all the, little bells and whistles they want out of their all-inclusive experience. So the Reef is really more geared towards them. I will tell you, and I'm glad there's one thing that I did when I went down to the resorts. I brought my plug adapters for the outlets. That is also something. So again, it's for those folks who I wouldn't call adventurous, but ones that have done a lot of the typical popular all-inclusive destinations, are looking for a new island, might want to travel during the height of hurricane season, have some apprehensions on that. And if you notice, we're starting to get more and more flights into the island of Curacao. It's a wonderful location, and you can even book folks, set them up with like multi-island type stops, because you're very close to Aruba and Bonaire in this location, just off the coast of Venezuela. So really excited to mention this one as well. Now, one thing that I did realize, I wanted to briefly go through, because I know you guys get a lot of training and support from our amazing partners at Playa Hotels and Resorts, but I did not want to fail to mention their resorts as part of our portfolio as well. I work with their BDM team all over the US and Canada. Wonderful team led by Amanda Morris, and you guys know how great they are. Well, they were really the ones to put Hilton All Inclusive on the map. So whether it's the adults only Hilton Playa del Carmen, right in the heart of Playa, backing up to Fifth Avenue, this is the first adults only experience that I've mentioned throughout our portfolio. It's fantastic. It's in a great location. It's on the beach. It's accessible to all that Playa del Carmen has to offer, and it's right in the center of the Riviera Maya. So easy access to all of the different eco parks and cenotes and things that the Riviera Maya has to offer. Around the corner is a little hidden gem, while not on the beach, is directly on the Fifth Avenue and part of that more high-end residential section. Very, very, energetic environment here. It's the Yucatan. This is our Tapestry Collection brand, an all-inclusive resort, only 61 rooms, adults only as well. And there's an option to do what's called an all-inclusive plus plan. So you can either purchase that for the duration of your client's stay pre-arrival, or they can do it day by day. And it basically gives them full access from morning to night of the Hilton Playa del Carmen, which is only a 5-minute walk away. So it's like having a really good deal on an exclusive beach club and really getting 2 resorts in one for a very, very small supplement. The price here at this resort is incredible, and it really gives you a great chance to experience what makes Playa del Carmen such a wonderful town to visit. Now, one of the other resorts in our portfolio is actually 2-in-1. Great opportunity when we go back to what we were saying about social groups and destination weddings, because you've got 2 resorts in one here. It's the Hilton La Romana, which is now only, keep in mind, guys, only about a 35-minute transfer time from Punta Cana International Airport over to La Romana. I was just here in August. It's absolutely stunning. The staff here is among the best I've ever experienced in all of my travels in my 41 years. And it's also on the Bayahibe Beach area, so it is never subject to any of the issues we have with so many of the other Caribbean and Mexico destinations regarding seaweed and sargassum. They never see it at this beach here. And a lot of times when you see images of beaches within our Hilton All-Inclusive pictures, it's taken here on this beach. Wonderful resort with not only the adults only side, but also the family side. An incredible water park on property, great kids club, small casino, and like I said, proximity to Punta Cana you can offer multiple different airlift options, either flights directly into La Romana or to the more popular PUJ airport. Regardless, it's a great option and also perfect for those extended family or destination weddings or guests that are looking for the best of both worlds, because anyone 18 or older can come and go from both sides as they please. And then the final resort, before we talk about what's upcoming, is, of course, the Hilton Rose Hall, another beautiful resort in the Playa Collection that's undergone extensive renovations recently. So this is only about 15 minutes from the Montego Bay, actually less than 15 minutes from Montego Bay International Airport. We showcase not only an incredible pool complex and a lot of recent renovations and new restaurants added to the common areas, more traditional style Hilton rooms here with like a bit of like a, more of like an old school Jamaican colonial feel. We've got a golf course flanking us to one side, a beautiful lush green area, and one of the nicest beaches, especially when you're considering how close we are to Montego Bay in the area. So wide white sand beach, and the biggest water park on the island of Jamaica is right on property here at Hilton Rose Hall. It's completely included as part of the guest experience. And guess what? When you get done on the water slides, it empties you off right in front of the swim up bar, where you may or may not be able to get a carajillo in the pool. All right, so there's one. We've got 2 more, hopefully we can squeeze in here. All right, so now you know about everything that's open, but I want to close by talking about where we're headed and what's upcoming because we're really excited to make sure you guys know all about this resort. That's the grand prize giveaway for this entire, the entire thing that you're attending right now. And that is our Zemi Beaches all-inclusive resort, another curio collection by Hilton that's going to be opening this December 2024. Now, I will say that is the soft opening date. That means that if you go on to any of your preferred wholesalers and you're looking for this to price it out for your guests, we can take not only group inquiries, but you'll see it on sale for travel starting usually in about early February, okay? So if you don't see it for December or January, the reason being, we want to make sure we have all those kinks worked out, and when we're open, we're open. So you guys have that available for sale throughout the channels. Those availabilities are growing as we speak, and I can tell you, just looking at this image, it really shows you just how lush, how green, and how different this resort is going to be than any of the other properties you may have experienced in the past in the greater Dominican Republic. A lot of what is learned is that, we really want to lean into here with this resort, the beautiful green lushness, the mountainside, and some of the things that make the Dominican Republic such a gorgeous country. So it's a much more of an eco-chic with a luxury vibe. You'll also notice here some very unique room categories. We actually have these luxury bungalows that are going to be available, very limited, and you may not necessarily see those in all of the inventory because we have limited numbers of those, but a unique category nonetheless, which we'll show you a little bit closer. I want to share with you the statistics on the hotel as well. We've been doing that with all of these properties so you can see all of the assets. Again, not a small resort, but not a large one either. So really paying respect to, all of the natural beauty of the landscape. We left a lot of the lush greenery around. And as I show you some additional renders of inside and around the property, you'll notice that's a common thread throughout. No matter what the venue or what the space, there's always going to be some green, some plant life, something that calls to that beautiful eco-chic kind of mindset that permeates the resort. Now, one of the things that's going to be a learning curve for all of us, because the Miches destination is new in and around the greater Punta Cana region. So this showcases where Miches is located in reference to the Punta Cana International Airport. Now, one might think, oh, La Romana looks closer, right? Well, actually, Punta Cana Airport and the road kind of loops around the coastline, okay? So you are going to be a little bit further from La Romana Airport because there is no direct trek right here through the mountainside. You'd be going along the coastline, but the transfer time from Punta Cana International Airport over to Miches, which is a new destination here within the greater Dominican Republic, is about an hour and a half. So it's a 1 hour, 30-minute transfer time, very similar to Cancun, from Cancun to Hilton Tulum. So keep that in mind, but here you can see it's inset on this beautiful section of coastline. We are proud to be one of the first resorts to really settle into this area and provide such a different experience and set a new benchmark for what Hilton all-inclusive can be. So just briefly, I wanted to show you the style, the look, the feel, the vibe of this property. And you can see, as I mentioned before, a lot of the lush greenery, a lot of that like very boho vibe. It's modern, but it's understated, a lot of earth tones. And like I said, this is just the lobby bar area, the main lobby area. Many things are still going to be enclosed and air conditioned, although we are going to have some open air setups. The rooms themselves, like lead-in categories, swim out suites are available. We also have full-blown suites, but lots of expansive space in the rooms. This is actually our juice bar. It's separate from the coffee shop. So a lot of the concept here with Zemi Beaches is about wellness. And it's really about, again, taking care of the environment in which the resort is located, but also taking care of yourself, that holistic nature, a lot of kind of a Zen holistic vibe here. So a juice bar, right? When do you have a dedicated juice bar that's not just kind of an afterthought added to your coffee shop? We have a beautiful coffee shop as well. And as those who know, Carajillo's popular drink, coffee's the base. There it is. That's number 2. All right. We have also a fantastic kind of rooftop lounge, a great place to grab a drink during the day or maybe in the evening leading up to dinner time. Partially enclosed, partially open air, lots of really great kind of calls to the Dominican history and cultural, artwork and things like that, while combining those boho chic style elements as well. And then you can see the different dining venues. This really highlights what I was talking about when I say the Hilton all-inclusive dining experience, the culinary experience truly is immersive. So whether it's Mediterranean style, or maybe it's a more traditional kind of Dominican fusion, which highlights a lot of the wonderful cuisine that has, over the years, I don't think been featured enough in a lot of the Dominican resorts out there. So we really want to bring some of the Dominican history, culture, and traditional fare to the forefront at this location as well, really, really sinking into the destination. So again, our newest opening located in the Miches area of the Greater Dominican Republic. Get out there, get educated about Miches, go on Google Maps, check it out, zoom in, look around. This is going to be a really up and coming destination. And by partnering with us at Hilton All Inclusive, you get to introduce a lot of guests to this area for the first time. And with that, I know we're a few minutes over our allotted time, but I want to make sure we have one more chance to spin the wheel. So I'm going to bring Vanna back on stage as well as myself before we close it out to give you guys one more shot at this. Vanna, let's do it.
Wonderful. Thank you. So many great comments about your properties, of course, once again, and I'm just going to need that sharing capacity and I'll spin that wheel.
Right.
We'll get
sorry. Look
going.
at that, man.
Here we
got so
go.
distracted by trying to fit Carajillos in there so many times.
You know
that
what?
I forgot. There you go. Ready.
I can't blame you one bit. We're going to jump right into round 5. Thumbs up. You can see it. And here we go.
Yes, we can. Yep. We're good. All right. Here we go. And the question is the fifth and final question. In what destination will the latest Hilton All-Inclusive Resort be located?
Okay, I know that they've got it, so don't put it in the chat yet. Here we go. Let's do the poll. We've got either an M. Stop it. No, okay, well, hold on. I'm spinning the wheel. Vanna's going overexcited. Hold on, but keep voting anyway.
So many things happening, Vanna.
Let's just see how much money you're going to get if you get it right. Good karma coming your way. I got ahead of myself. $500. Okay, you're guessing the letter. That was fun. Maybe we'll do it like that next time. So what do you think? M for Mary, C for Charlie, S for spoiled, or D for Delta? Which one is it going to be? Okay, I'm going to give 3, 2, 1. It looks like we have an M as the one who is voting, as the most voted. And 2 M's. Let's see what's going on in the chat there. I think, are we going to spin or solve? Let's see. Let's do one
more spin.
I think we're doing another spin. Let's go. Amazing agents. You got this. Last chance to win the $25 gift card. Woo! $500 in good karma. Here we go. Let's see what you're going to go for on this second and last final round of voting for your letters. Is that going to be an R for Rick, M for Nancy, B for boy, or P for Peter? Let's see. Do you know? It's coming in and it's coming in strong. I feel it. They have been paying attention to you, Pat. They didn't even need another carajillo.
There it is. All right. We did it.
We did it. I love the little mini challenges. And I love that you said on camera officially that we're going to get a carajillo making situation in our break room here at Wheel of Fortune and Spoiled Agent and all of that. I love it. Okay. So we can see the winner of this one. It's close. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. Stopping the voting, and it actually was N. It was a close one there. There are 2 N's. What way to go, guys. Okay, so I think we're going to be ready to solve that puzzle pretty soon. Don't put it in the chat if you know. Here we go. Everybody knows? Let's go.
We're ready? Here we go, guys. And that's right. It is Miches, Dominican Republic. Excellent. Even got the correct one. Wouldn't be Wheel of Fortune without that wonderful DJ. Thank you so much for playing us off. That was excellent.
You did amazing, everyone. So you actually were able to get $9,500 in good karma. You didn't get the gift cards from Amazon, but that's okay because guess what? I think that Hilton has something very special for all of you, no matter what, because when you are selling their properties, there's a lot of earnings to be made with the Unlimited Rewards Advisor Loyalty Program. So everyone's a winner. And there are agent rates. I know we're 10 minutes over. You guys are amazing. We will go to Q&A for those of you who'd like to continue. If you have the time, Pat, I know you're very busy, lots of game shows with the new Price is Right and everything that you're also doing.
No, let's do it. I'm here for the spoiled agents and anyone. We thank you all for attending, by the way. And for those that have questions, we'll stick around. Fire away, Vanna, fire away.
Thank
I'm
you
always ready.
so much. Okay, well, all of you who were here up until now, Facebook and Zoom, you're in the draw. So if you have to run, because you're going to be telling all your clients about the Hilton all-inclusive and all these fabulous things, great. Even if you have to run and you want to put your question in the Q&A, do that, because our host, real name Ashley, is going to get the report with your email and contact info. So please, please, pretty please, have a question, put it in the Q&A, and we're going to make sure to answer that for you. So we'll start off with a great question. Does all-inclusive mean all food, drinks, and entertainment?
It does. It absolutely does. Now, of course, one of the options we give is if folks want to do spa treatments, or occasionally there may be an option for, a really upgraded, menu item, or buying a bottle of extremely nice wine or whatever it is. We want to make sure that we give luxury options. So if somebody wanted a glass of 1942 tequila, of course, we all know the high-end tequilas are not going to be included with any all-inclusive experience. But essentially, we include top shelf liquors. We include 24-hour room service, the drinks, the entertainment, the food, all of it 100% included at the Hilton All-Inclusive. It's the new phase. So great question. Great question.
Absolutely. I love that. And 24-hour room service. Wow. Okay. Looking for a client for a 2-bedroom all-inclusive with a 15-year-old son wanting Aruba or Grenada. Anything or another nice beach location? I think you said it.
Yeah. So honestly, I would say, you've got multiple options. We don't have any all-inclusives in Aruba or Grenada. However, if you wanted something out of the hurricane belt and something with a suite that would house, a 2-bedroom all-inclusive, you could look at, like, say, the Reef or the Mangrove Beach for Curacao. If you're also interested in something that's got, just the greatest beach in our portfolio, Hilton La Romana is an excellent option. We also have suite level rooms there, along with the added the added option for adults only space. So if the 15-year-old wanted a little time on the family side, mom and dad could escape to the adults only side. So it gives a lot of versatility there.
Of course. And just for everyone, the follow-up information, the contact information for the real Ashley is going to be on the spoiled agent pages, whether that be the US or Canada sites. And those links are coming your way. You're going to find lots of information, fact sheets, brochures, so many great resources for you agents. Are the resorts...
PatSajak@Hilton.com, right?
There you go.
Sorry.
Are there... No, of course. Are the resorts ADA compatible?
So what I will say is this. The only place you can have ADA compatibility officially is in the United States, because it's American with Disabilities Act. However, our resorts are built so that they're all accessible. We have accessibility rooms, as well as, ramps, elevators. Nothing is really going to be, necessarily off limits, no matter what the property is. Even, one that's been renovated, retrofit, chairlift up to the lobby, whatever it may be, we have full accessibility needs for everything. And what I would say is, if you've got guests that have a really higher level of accessibility requirements, you want to get on that early, communicate with us, communicate with your wholesale partners to ensure that we're advising you properly on the best possible room situation for them. But that's something that we're more than happy to work with. And it's also just a great question. Should always come up.
Okay, perfect. And which of your all-inclusives is the most upscale yet great for families?
Honestly, I can't really call out just one on that one, because that's kind of the hallmark of the Hilton All-Inclusive experience. I said, if you can sum our resorts up in one statement, it's sophisticated, family friendly. So what I would say is, it's really a matter of, qualifying for them for the destination, for maybe the size of the resort. Do they want something that's a little bit more concentrated, like a Mar Caribe or a Hilton Cancun? Or do they want something that's a little bit more spread out, like a La Romana or a Hilton Tulum Riviera Maya? So it's really down to the style of the resort. I wouldn't put one necessarily above the other, because we really hold all of the resorts to quite a high standard. Now, I will say with that, that Zememiches we're really targeting to be a flagship and really push the limits of what the Curio Collection brand can provide. So I would like to say that for folks who are especially looking for something new and interesting, that might be worthy of consideration as well.
Absolutely. And which Hilton is on the background screen with the flyer of the wedding celebration and social group? Do you know off by
Ooh, that's a
hand?
great question.
Right? I
Let me
think
go.
I have it here on Spoiled Agent.
Wow, you
It's
may have stumped Pat Sajak. Give me just a minute and let me stop share
well,
and go
Pat,
back
you
and look
can't
at
be
the
an
slide.
expert at
You can
everything.
field me.
And
No, send me another question. We're gonna multitask here,
yeah,
man.
no,
Send me another question. I'll
absolutely.
answer that while I pull that screen back up to
I'm on it, and
verify.
let's talk all about weddings and groups for the moment. In the meantime, we'll stay in that section. So is there a certain amount of people who can attend weddings? Is that on your grid, perhaps?
A certain amount of people that can attend weddings. That's going to be based on, I mean, strictly based on the venue that's selected, right? So if we're talking about like a major ballroom or some kind of massive outdoor space, that number could be in the hundreds or more. Could even for some of our convention centers be over 1,000 people. So I mean, there's really no limitation. We can find the venues at most of our properties to highlight that. Now, if you're talking about the cost per head, all of those packages would be inclusive of up to 30 guests, and then there will be an additional per head count that's going to vary based on obviously, the type of decor selected, the type of package selected, the destination itself, because there's still great variances and a lot of things still are coming in from outside vendors for different wedding setups, obviously the way the table settings are. So it's kind of a moving target question, but hopefully that gives you a little more insight. And if you have any kind of wedding proposals where you need more information on that, you can reach out not only to myself, but also my amazing colleague, Gina Johnson, who heads up our weddings and celebrations. And
Yes.
before we get into the next question, that is actually outside of the main lobby area of Hilton Playa del Carmen near the tequila bar. So it looks like a beautiful bottle of mezcal that's on the table there. It doesn't even look like they broke the seal. They're going right into the añejo tequila. So I do know my tequilas. I do know my bartending, and it looks like that's actually the sommelier at the at the Hilton Playa del Carmen, who not only knows wine but also knows tequila. So
Oh my
there you
gosh,
go.
I love it. Tequilier, maybe is the name, like a
I
sommelier
love
for
it. Yes,
tequila.
if that's the kind of
Yes.
thing it should be.
Yes, I think it should be. We're naming it now right here on Wheel of Hilton All Inclusive, because Hilton that's the other thing I love to hear. I just want to remark, over a century old, but you've got all these new beautiful properties, but backed up by that hospitality experience. What a combination, right?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I mean, one of the things when we're talking about the pillars, I think it's very hard. We have to know what the areas where we are building up our portfolio and the areas where we can learn from you wonderful spoiled agents out there, but also from the industry. But we have to also take into account that, yes, there might not have been a lot of Hilton all-inclusives on the scene. We might be relatively new to the scene, but we are global leaders in hospitality. And a lot of those lessons transfer to the all-inclusive space. When you're talking about the management of groups, when you're talking about expertise in culinary experiences, these are the things that we're leaning into because we know there are strengths, and then that we've got a lot of experience, right? But then all of these other elements of all-inclusive that we've learned over the last few years. I mean, this is not my first rodeo. Guys, I've been in the all-inclusive segment for 15 years now, and I can tell you I'm really proud of what we've rolled out already and also what we have to come.
Oh, that's great. And it's true. Just so fabulous. And the way that you speak to it all, it's so great. It's lovely, lovely. You're a great presenter, Ashley. So we talked about the price grids that you showed with the weddings and celebrations and groups. So will that be something that will be sent out? Someone's asking, will we get the price packages info showing what each of them covers?
Yes, let's just make sure we link up on that. I don't know how we want to coordinate it. I guess it'll be in here, but absolutely. That I basically pulled that information out of some of our resources on weddings and celebrations. So we'll just make sure that those attachments and that supplementary information is included for you guys, and we can share.
Absolutely. So for Hilton Tulum, how far is it from the actual Tulum airport?
So it's an hour right now. I would say within the next year or so, that could be chopped down to 45 minutes, 30 minutes. It's not a matter of distance. It's just a matter of road infrastructure, right? Little 2-lane roads as opposed to the highways. But right now, it's 1 hour nonstop transfer from TQO over to our resort, hour and a half from Cancun International Airport.
Okay, perfect. And does Hilton operate the spot attached to the right on the Hilton Vallarta?
I do know what you're referring to, and I'll go ahead and try and jump to that slide while I answer this question. So bear with me, but
No
it does
problem.
not. So that is the property ground. Well, actually, hang on a minute. To the right depends upon what your interpretation of right is. If you're talking about this small little area here, no, I believe that's either like condos or another little small resort. So our property ends right here. But if you're looking at what's my left and might be your right, which is this area here, that's actually our biggest outdoor venue space. So it's really beautiful. Glad the question came up. Beautifully tightly packed sands. And the reason I mention that is because I've seen ladies wearing stiletto heels on this and not sinking in. Gives you a lot of versatility for the footwear, ladies. So anyway, this is a great and versatile venue overlooking the ocean for any kind of social groups or incentive trips and whatnot. And I even saw them, for those of you that don't know what made Vallarta boom in popularity back in I want to say it was like the late 70s. There's a movie called Night of the Iguana with Elizabeth Taylor. They were actually broadcasting that movie, projecting it onto the rock side here. So
Cool.
I happened to notice it, which, again, you can do a lot with this space. So if that's your right, then yes, it's included.
Okay, perfect. And do you offer any agent rates for any of your properties? And can you talk about like sort of how to book that? I know we have some info on Spoiled Agent. What's the best?
Yeah, absolutely. So the info is on Spoiled Agent on our landing page. It's really easy. There's actually a travel advisor discount link available, and it's going to provide you either a 25% off year round, again, based on space availability, occupancy. That's going to be off rack, or it's going to be 50% off of new opening. So usually within about 6 months of a hotel opening, and that's global. So I'm not just speaking to our all-inclusives. That link is available not only through the Spoiled Agent link, but that'll lead you right over to our agent portal. So great question. Yes.
Okay, perfect. And that is always going to be better than the direct public rate? Like if or is does it
should be.
depend on availability, or how does that work? Someone's
Yeah,
saying that they're
it can
not.
really depend. I mean, the one
Okay.
thing I will say is this, that's a great follow-up question. The one thing I'll say is this, is that oftentimes now, just like, and say what you will, but technology is allowing us to be more dynamic with our pricing and with our rates. And so for that reason, you could look at it and then your browser saves a cookie and you go back, and it's just like booking an airline ticket. It can kind of fluctuate a little bit. So it's always good to check all of your options, and don't hesitate too. I mean, if you do the math and say, hey, I could book through a wholesaler, cut it down to my net rate, cut my commission out or whatever, that might actually be a better way to do it as well. And you could get some additional booking credit with a wholesale partner. So we do have the resources available, but again, you're going to have to use your better judgment and make sure that you're getting the absolute lowest option.
That's right. And yeah, it's all dynamic now and not something that's that easily controlled. And it goes on how many rooms you might have at that rate. And so, yeah, it's definitely, it's an
Correct.
amazing offer. So look out for that so you can take advantage of it. Isn't there a Hilton Playa del Carmen all-inclusive is a question?
There is, yep, and I actually did mention that in afterwards. I know I didn't highlight it in the Mexico segment. I was actually, as I was putting these slides in, I have to debate as to whether I want to lump them all within the region or I want to call out a little bit more of the Playa specific nature, only because our partners at Playa do such a great job of engaging with all of you as Spoiled Agents. So I know a lot of times when they're doing trainings on their resorts, they'll include us as well. We always want to include each other. But I kind of keep them separate because a lot of things, as you saw, and like the way they do their group benefits and whatnot, are a little bit different. But again, they're the ones that put Hilton All Inclusive on the map, and they're an unbelievable partner of ours at Hilton.
Okay, thank you. Is adult only considered 18 and up or 16 and up?
18 and up. Yep,
Perfect.
18 and up.
When I visited the Yucatan Playa del Carmen last time, we did not have access to Hilton. Is that correct?
Well,
Is
I'm
that
not
new?
sure how recently that. Yeah, I'm not sure how recently that was. I'm not, and I don't know exactly when the all-inclusive plus plan started in place. I know it's been out there for at least a year or so. Really, the Yucatan's only been part of our portfolio for about 3 years, so it's not like it's been a Hilton all-inclusive for a long period of time. But maybe it was one of those things that was either in its infancy stages, not yet released. It really all depends upon when you were there. But it's definitely available now.
Okay. Now let's go back to Zemi Miches. Do we book Zemi Miches for December and January on the Hilton website?
It's likely that you won't see it available for FIT stays. What we're doing with that soft opening is actually taking in some groups in-house, as oftentimes, if you guys don't know how this works, a lot of times when hotels open, they will take groups, and contractually the groups know, hey, this is the kind of the soft opening. We're still going to be finishing some areas, might not have access to everything that there is. So really, you should have FIT bookings available starting in February. If you do happen to find them available for December, January, like say we get it open earlier than we think and they're out there for an FIT stay, do make sure that you have your client's best interest as well as our collective best interest in mind, letting them know that the resort is just open. And we've all been, any of us who have been in this industry for quite some time know, doesn't matter whether it's a Hampton Inn around the corner or a sprawling resort in destination, there's always some kinks to work out in those first couple months. So that's why we're doing the official, soft opening December, but really target February onward for your FIT guests. And if you have some last minute group opportunities and they'd be willing to take that into consideration, let us know. We can always accommodate those as well.
I love your transparency. You mentioned something about a beach on one of the slides, and the beach area, and now about the opening, and that's lovely and refreshing and so nice to see. Isn't it, guys? I want to see all those great reactions, because really it's great to have someone like you who's transparent and a great communicator to share things like that, so that we can all just, hey, we're in this together, we're a team. So Pamela's asking if Zemi has wedding packages established. Shall I share Gina's information for that?
You can, and the answer, of course, also would be yes. So all those wedding packages that I mentioned, even though I didn't have them on the slide for 2025, those are available, and Zemi Beaches will be offering all of our 4 all-inclusive wedding packages as well. Yep.
Okay, and I guess you mentioned Miches is a new area. Someone is asking, why did you pick Miches? A new up and
Oh
coming.
yeah, hey Tammy, it's been a long time. Tammy's back from when I used to cover just the Mid-Atlantic for my previous stop. Anyway, thanks for attending. Yeah, it's a great question, and I mean, Temptations is such a different. I don't want to. It's funny because this conversation I just had with someone like a week ago, right? And one of the things about that particular brand is it's a very niche of a niche, right? And there was even maybe some branding confusion over that based on the Dominican kind of rules against a product like that. It was also prior to any additional infrastructure being put into that area. But now, as part of the investment of not just of Hilton, but of the country, and of the family that basically developed Punta Cana into a destination. So the family that put in the airport, that put in that beautiful golf course residential area and made Punta Cana a destination, that's the same family and investment that's going into Miches. So what you're going to see over the next year or so is that area, first off, the road infrastructure continue to develop. I mean, it's just like anything else. I mean, it's like saying, why were there resorts in Tulum 10 years ago?
Same. I wanted to say the exact same.
Of the boom. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it started just Cancun,
destination.
then hit Playa del Carmen, and then hit Tulum. And I mean, look at Tulum today. You could stay in a palapa hut for $500 a night. Not even all inclusive. And nobody would have thought. But it's great destinations that are coming out.
100%. And it's also a good example of why on these types of things, we work together as partners, guys. So when I'm talking to you about, again, educating people on Hilton being a household name, but a lot of your clients, even a lot of you out there, not realizing the size and scope of the Hilton all-inclusive portfolio and what we're doing with that brand and all-inclusive. The same goes for these destinations. You guys are educators. You're not just salespeople. You're not just small business owners. You're not just entrepreneurs. You're educators, and you're really out there to kind of extend our reach and tell people what beautiful destinations, because you're going to be the one to give them, the information about this before they know. Give them the inside track on an area like that. And I mean, already some of the ground suppliers, the partners that are out there are providing nonstop transfers there. I think the biggest hurdle to overcome isn't the fact that it's a nice highway leisurely drive to Miches. The cost of the transfers and how that factors into the package, that's something to be aware of until more of the suppliers get a little bit more of their vehicles traveling those, more of the hotels open up. But we're working together on this one as a team. To make it truly successful, you need the investment from the country, the investment from the hotel partners, but we also need the education and the support from you guys. So I'm glad you brought that up, Tammy. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Next one up. Are we able to share these amazing pictures, or is there a resource for the agents that they could get them? And remember, guys, we're already at the 90-minute mark. If you have to run, by all means, that's fine. We understand you have lots of Hilton all-inclusive to promote. But is there anywhere they could find images? And if not, we can multitask and go to another one. I could share a link where they
Yeah,
could get images.
there isn't going to be a ready, and I'm sorry, but Pat's going to have to run for his next show here in just a minute, guys. So I'll
No
try
problem.
our best the rest of the questions, in the follow-up. But we don't currently have a resource, but trust me when I say we're building things. So stay tuned to the Spoiled Agent page and all of the great things that you hear come out from our partners at Spoiled Agent, because as soon as we have better resources available for you guys to get all those marketing assets, as well as additional benefits for you that may be coming in the years or the months, the years to come, you'll be the first ones to find out here on the Spoiled Agent portal. All right.
Okay, sounds good. And you know what? That's the great thing, because we like to spoil our agents and spoil our supplier partners. So we will send you a full report of all the Q&A so you can take your time and answer the questions on your own time. You'll have everyone's email and all of that great stuff. So not to worry. We want to make sure that you can show up just as great as you were able to show up. We know you put a lot of work and effort into this game and presentation. So we want to allow you that grace and time for your next presentation. And it is quite some time, because again, we have the most amazing agents out there and they have lots of questions, but we also have great technology, and we'll send you a full report of all those questions. So you can even pick up the phone and call them or email them or whatever it is that works best for you. So agents, rest assured, you're going to hear back from Ashley on all those questions that we have outstanding. And thanks everyone for your patience, because with such a fabulous brand, naturally, we get so many great questions, right?
Yep, absolutely love the engagement. Thank you so much, and thank you to all of you for attending, being engaged. Sabrina/Vanna, fantastic job. Everyone, really appreciate the partnership, and I'll do my best to get back to everyone in as timely a manner as possible. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will be announcing that winner next week. So watch out to see who's going to Zemi Miches. I'm so excited. Bye for now.
Bye.